And that's the sort of setting you should come to expect. So what's the story? Basically, there's this evil intergalactic space emperor called Ming the Merciless. He's basically Fu Manchu in space. It's funny, he's got like the craziest, over the top kind of get up. And he's like ridiculously evil. Like, there's no explanation to it. He's just like, he sees Earth, and he's just like, I'm going to fuck with them for a bit. Because I'm so evil, you know? You know, with his little slaves. More mustache wax, sir. Silent slave. It's pretty good. Basically, he's dicking around with Earth, and meanwhile there's this scientist called Dr. Hans Zarkov. He used to work for NASA, but then he quit, which they don't explain why right off, but if you read the comics, I think they kind of brush up against it in the movie. It's been a while, but I think they were working on something that he didn't fully agree with, and he just wanted to explore space and make contact with aliens. It's actually later revealed that the whole reason Ming came to know about Earth was because he was trying to contact aliens, thinking they're going to be friendly and reasonably intelligent, not realizing there's going to be a space Chinaman just waiting to fuck with us. Feeling responsible for Ming's invasion, he builds this giant rocket ship and takes along this girl called Dale Arden. I think she's like a reporter or something. She's actually very superfluous to the plot. That's the thing. It was written back in the 1930s. The women were only there, I know this is really sexist, but they were really only there to be rescued. They weren't actually important to the plot. So that's another thing I guess you could hate about it, but it's kind of one of those campy things where you got like the princess all tied up and it's like, oh, save me, Flash, save me, you know. You'll never save me. Flash Gordon just kind of busts through a wall. I'm here. And then Flash Gordon, of course. I think he manages to accidentally sneak on the space shuttle, like he's not even supposed to be there. Flash Gordon is like some sort of football player, if I remember correctly. Like he's a quarterback or something. Anyways. And the whole adventure is about Flash Gordon coming in, uniting the various planets under Ming's rule, and causing a giant rebellion, and having, instead of the lightsaber battle at the end, having like this repair battle, ching ching ching, with Ming, which is kind of odd, since I think they imply that Ming has magical powers on top of his sci-fi powers. So why he felt the need to come down to a sword fight is, once again, just roll with it. That's the thing, is if you're looking for a really coherent plot, or, you know, no, this thing is like fucking Swiss cheese. It's got plot holes all over the place. It's got logic holes all over the place. But if you're looking for like a fun, crazy little romp, this is it. I think the comics, like, there was a Ming arc, and then afterwards, it kind of went off and Flash Gordon just kind of traveled the universe fighting bad guys that were kind of stereotypical and progressively more evil. But most people don't know about that. Most people don't care. It's kind of like Superman, Lex Luthor. Yeah, Superman has a bunch of other villains, but imagine if, let's say, Lex Luthor only existed in a small segment of the comics, and he kind of defeated him, and then they never brought back Lex Luthor. Whenever people make movies, they'd still do it on Lex Luthor, since that's a very interesting character, and it's the one that everybody just, of course, Lex Luthor, why not? I could be wrong. I don't think the comics are really how most people got interested into Flash Gordon. What happened was the 50s. That's what happened, the 50s. Just nothing more. Basically, back in the day, whenever you used to go see a movie, they used to kind of make it a real event. Like, it wasn't like you would just go see a movie and you'd watch your movie and you kind of leave and just be like, either really happy and be like, oh my god, Inception was amazing, or you'd leave and be like, Wedding Crashers was alright. You know, let's go to Taco Bell. No, it was like a fucking event whenever you went to see a movie, right? Because you would go and they would have like cartoons, cereals, kind of like how Galaxy will do ads and little, you know, fun trivia, you know. Which one of these celebrities has slept with a donkey? And then they'll like, Bruce Willis, Tommy Dafoe, Daniel Radcliffe. If you guess Daniel Radcliffe, that's kind of yawn. Back in the day, they used to have serials, which were like little mini movies. This is actually where Star Wars was inspired by. Actually, Star Wars was inspired exactly from the Flash Gordon serials. If I understand correctly, I believe George Lucas originally wanted to direct a Flash Gordon movie, but I think they had given the rights to somebody else and they told him no, especially since he was like a brand new independent director. And it was, at one time, quite the franchise. You didn't want to fuck with the Flash Gordon franchise. So yeah, other ones were, I think they used to have like a Zorro one. They used to have some adventure ones, like adventure ones were a big one. I know like Indiana Jones. Like Indiana Jones was a complete throwback to adventure serials, like black and white things. And basically they would have like this little short snippet, like Flash Gordon would make some daring escape, fight off some bad guys, and then, Ming would be like, "Mwahaha, but I've captured your girlfriend, Flash. Da da da. To be continued." Then you'd get your movie. And then several months later, whenever the next movie comes out, it'd be "Last time when we left the adventures of Flash Gordon." Da, 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 and they'd have that, and then it'd just kind of pick up from there, and then to be continued. So you'd have to see shitty movies. Mind you, like, there wasn't that many movies to begin with, so... And as I said, it was an event. It wasn't just like, okay, I'm gonna go see a movie. No, it was, So, you basically got multiple movies for the price of one, although most of them were, like, TV show length. See, I think that's what happened, is color TV. Like, black and white TV was kind of pretty drab, but once color TV came in, that was kind of the death of the serial. I could be wrong on that. Maybe the dates just correlate. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I didn't grow up in the period. I just kind of happen to be somewhat knowledgeable.